Howdy folks. The short answer is apartheid, I think, is the closest, maybe, in my opinion, but who knows. The longer answer is that while I was in my car today, I was listening on the radio to stories about Nelson Mandela's life, because that's mostly what's been on the radio for the last day and a half since he died. And I have been pretty sure that the American reporters are pronouncing apartheid incorrectly, and they tend to say apartheid or apart-ite. And I assumed that the Americans were more used to German-style pronunciations, but to me it seemed obvious that because apartheid is an Afrikaans word, that it should be pronounced more like Dutch, so it seemed like it should be apartheid. And so I made a video in my car, and it had really great lighting. I really liked the way it looked, unlike this. I'm sorry for the scary Halloween lighting. Apartheid! Actually, seriously, very scary. But yeah, I posted that on YouTube, so some of you may have seen it, and then I did a little research, like 10 seconds of research, and realized it's actually not that obvious that that's the pronunciation, and actually it's quite complicated and people disagree, and there are multiple accepted pronunciations in American English, at least. It seems in American English both apart-ite and apart-ade are accepted pronunciations. I think most Americans say something like apart-ite, kind of ignoring the H. And I think most British people say something like apart-ade or apart-hade, I'm not sure. Yeah, I tried to figure out what the Afrikaans pronunciation was, and I listened to a few recordings of Afrikaans speakers, and the best I can do, it seems like they hit the R a little bit harder, but for the sound at the end, it seems like it's kind of in between height and hate. Like it's like apartheid, apartheid, apartheid. Something like that. Clearly I am not an expert on this at all, so I took down my previous video because I sounded very confident when in fact it's much more confusing. So I think the message of this video is pronounce it however you want. I think if you're American, you can't go too far wrong with apartheid. I think that's aiming at being somewhat authentic in Afrikaans without being overly authentic and trying too hard when you don't actually speak the language. So I recommend apartheid, but who am I to say? Maybe I'll try to find a link to a video with an actual Afrikaans speaker pronouncing this word for you. Sorry guys. Bye.